Most LinkedIn profiles I see from founders look like dusty business cards. You're not on LinkedIn to look polite. You're on LinkedIn to pull interest and start conversations. And so in the next 7 minutes, I'll show you how to make your profile do just that. Now, first of all, let's agree that your LinkedIn profile is not your public CV. That it's not where you show how experienced you are, because no one cares. It is where you sell what you're building as a founder. Think of it like a landing page. Clear hook, clear offer, clear action. And so when we want to optimize our profiles as founders, we're going to start from the top, which is our faces. Your face, my face, the profile picture. I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the profile picture, but in a very simple way, you could use tools like Canva. I'll show you how I threw this low resolution image on a 1 by 1 project on Canva, and you can simply remove the background, choose a color which matches your own brand, right? Whether it's brown, blue, pink, green, I don't know. And then just maximize the size of the image to fit in the square, download it and upload it as a profile picture. You can click on your profile picture and edit it and change it. You want to use a clean photo where your eyes are visible and the lighting is a bit sharp. After optimizing the profile picture, we're going to come to the banner. The banner is one of the most important sections in your profile because it's the first thing that your profile visitor would look at and would see, and it acts as an advertisement. So you want to make sure that the banner says what you do in one sentence. You could drop your logo on the banner. You could add social proof, things that you've achieved. I don't know, the number of your clients, how many success stories do you have? Could be your public appearance on, I don't know, magazines, TV, podcasts. You can add anything about you that acts as a social proof. Now, the way to design the banner is as well on Canva. There are many templates that you can use, right? And change and optimize. Search in the templates here for LinkedIn banner. Now, part 3 is your headline. And I don't know if you've noticed, but when I was talking about the banner, I did not say it is the most. I said it's one of the most important sections in your profile. But the headline is the most important part of your profile because it shows everywhere on the platform. Whenever you leave a comment on any post on the platform, besides your name is going to be the first few characters from your headline. Now, the headline appears in search, comments, DMs, and you don't want to write things like CEO at X. This tells people nothing. You want to write who you help and what outcome you bring. Example, I help fintechs grow fast with fractional marketing teams. That's a hook. And this starts a conversation. And that's what you want to have here. Now, after the first hook and the headline, you could then say more about yourself. In my case, after I've stated my value, I'm like, but I'm also a founder and I'm also a podcast host and I'm also an international LinkedIn trainer and I'm also a public speaker. So you could add these things after the first hook. Part 4 is the about section. As you can see, I have some sentences not in English because my client base, although I am in Canada and my company is Canadian, but my client base is not, in most cases, English. And so because I'm trying to establish relevancy with my potential leads and my clients, I've used sentences from another language, right, that they understand. And in your case, you can establish relevancy with your potential clients in many different ways. Could be the language they speak, could be their interests, could be the way they talk. I don't know. It is good to remember that the about section is not a novel. It is your pitch. Make it first person, make it friendly, make it sharp. Now, here's a format that usually works with founders. You could start with one liner on what you do, and then what problem do you solve? And then a proof line. Could be numbers, past roles, clients, and then what you're open for or what you're open to. Example, I'm building XYZ to help e-com brands stop burning ad dollars. Previously scaled 2 startups to 7 figures. If you're a founder looking to scale without wasting what, message me. What I've just stated previously is an example of someone who wants to sell using the about section. Now, if you're not selling anything on LinkedIn, or if you're selling anything on LinkedIn, but you're not a big fan of this school of thought, which is utilizing every single section of your profile to sell, then you can utilize the about section to tell more about you as a human aside from being a professional. Now, part 5 is the experiences section. Now, the experiences section is very important. A lot of people think that no one actually scrolls down to the experiences section, but that's not the case. The experiences section, you can utilize the section to tell people more about your professional side of life. Now, remember, we said the about section could be utilized to tell people more about your human side. Now, the experiences section could act as a sales agent because when you add bullet points, and this is what I want to say, when you add bullet points about what you've achieved in your, I don't know, experience with this company or with current company, if you add bullet points highlighting that, this is the easiest way to show people your actual expertise, right? Without trying to sell, because this section in the profile is meant for you to show your experiences. And so you can also, something that I want to mention here, you can also add documents. You can always link, like you can link this section to a website. You can add a link to the company page if it exists. And this helps you look more legit and helps your experience to be more legit. Now, section 6, which is the featured section, this is what's going to help you sell. I've seen many founders ignoring the featured section or adding to the featured section wrong items. And then as a result of that, not selling, right? The featured section must be utilized to add links to book a call with you, or to visit your landing page, or to purchase your course, or to watch you on LinkedIn, or to subscribe to your blog, or to subscribe to your newsletter. It has to have the main call to action that you want the profile visitor to take, right? This is actually important. You could go to the featured section and then add a link. And then with the link, you can upload. So you can add a link. And then after you add the link, you can upload a design with the link that I personally used Canva for. You can also use Canva to design a thumbnail for the link that you're adding. The moment you add the section, you're going to be able to measure the success of your posts, because if the post did well and if the post got many impressions, people are going to click on your profile. And from those that clicked on your profile because of your great post, you're going to be able to measure how many people are clicking on this link, right? And then how many people are actually booking a call, if that's your call to action. How many calls did I receive when I posted this single post? And then you can measure the success of your content. And so this doesn't only help get you sales, but it also gives you an insight on your content performance. Part 7, which I don't personally invest a lot of time on, which is the skills. Now, many people say it's important. I do not personally scroll down on any founder's page to the skills section, because anyone can say anything about their skills, and I just feel it's way below every other section, and I'm not sure if people are actually seeing your skills section. But it's good to have, and you can add skills here and people endorse you for the skills. But I mean, I personally do not think it's as important as the other sections mentioned in this video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and let me know if you want me to review your own LinkedIn profile for free, and I could make a video about that, because I'm starting a series where I'm reviewing LinkedIn profiles. If you want me to review your own LinkedIn profile, add your URL in the comments section, and I'll see you in future videos.